What's going on, guys? Steve here with Cherry Picking Cards. Hopefully you're having a great day so far. I am back with another PSA submission video. Unfortunately, and I feel horrible about this, I apologize in advance, did not record my last submission, and it was by far my biggest. I think I sent like 40 cards. Sadly, only 18 were approved to go by Clay into PSA, which I always trust that guy's evaluation. Kind of a dud on my part sending in that many that weren't worthy of being graded. I think it might have even been like 43 cards I sent in and only 18 are going in. But either way, I saw the picture that he sent back, and I realized I honestly couldn't quite remember what all I had sent. So from going forward, I am definitely going to be recording all these videos, even if it's just to help me to remember what all I submitted for that evaluation process so I can go back. Because it is exciting when he sends that photo and says, hey, these ones I wouldn't recommend, but everything else is definitely going to probably turn out pretty good for you. And then you go back and you say, oh man, I remember submitting that and that and that. And because it's a month or so later when you get the results back, and of course, a few months before you even get the cards back. So by that point, by the time I even get these in hand, I'm going to probably forget once again. So it's going to be super exciting when it finally does arrive. But like I said, I did feel horrible for not recording that and couldn't even remember what all I had sent into him. So going forward, everything will be recorded for you guys. Any submissions, breaks, mail days, anything and everything. I want you guys to enjoy it just as much as I do. But with all that said, and we got Mr. Triple J back here. I know it's not a PSA, but it does have that gem mint 10. And so we are chasing 10s, the gems all the way. And so this submission, I had a stack that was probably twice this high, but honestly, if he would have approved all those or anywhere close, it would have just killed my wallet. And so I figured let's cut this down to about 20 to 25 with each submission. Because if, I'm figuring probably about half of that, honestly, I'm hoping at least 10 to 15-ish in that range get approved. If it's less than that, it's okay. I'll just submit, a bigger one next time to make up the difference. But we're gonna have about 20 to 25 cards in here, if memory serves me right. I think I'm doing just basketball this time. I have some football and baseball I'd like to submit, but that's mostly just a lot of, low value based stuff. It's big name players, but I want to just kind of hold off for right now some other players that I'd really like to see get graded first for basketball. With all that said, let's go ahead and dive into this. I'm going to kind of cut it down here and show you this because it's got kind of a nice little stack of status, and I know sometimes these don't always grade the best. So I figured I'd just go ahead and send in what I got and hope for the best. Fingers crossed that everything does turn out well. But I do really like a lot of these inserts, the parallels, as you guys will start to see here. This is an insert of the rookie credentials, Donovan Mitchell. He's just coming on super strong. And this was the base version for the 2017 season. It's kind of got that pink style to it. I got a couple of those, and just kind of scoping out, I really don't know what to expect on centering. This one looks a little bit easier if you're just kind of going off of these rectangles here, and maybe up and down. I honestly couldn't tell you, but yeah. And so I'm just kind of, like I said, let clay work as magic and just hope for the best at this point, because if any of these do come back as gems, obviously it just multiplies the value. This is a base version of MPJ. I think I have maybe a couple, no, just the one of this one. And then we get into the parallels now, which I'm super excited about. These are all really beautiful cards. Have a couple of the purples, as you guys can see kind of the difference in color down there on the bottom and top as well. Really like this set. Actually got triplets there. And then the green, which I really like the green ones. I got DeAndre Ayton, #1 pick last year. Colin Sexton, top 10 pick. Mo Bamba, same thing. And these guys kind of had it up and down, sophomore seasons. But like I said, with these color parallels, I was really excited. And I had just this little stack of them sitting around. I figured I want to submit these guys in and just, hope everything works out really well. And these guys, once the season gets going, if it gets going, which fingers crossed, these guys just explode, because some of these teams are still in the playoff hunt, especially the Nuggets for sure. And then we got the oranges here, which are even more of a short print. We got MPJ and Marvin Bagley III. And this guy's still kind of flying under the radar. I think there's some people that are starting to kind of take notice that he's got that potential, and stuff is going up a little bit in value on certain cards. Other ones are still pretty undervalued in my opinion. But that is going to be pretty much everything for status. And then we're going to kind of move into base cards here. And we got Donovan Mitchell, Jason Tatum, and I might be way off on the centering. 2017 Donruss, for some reason to me, was just a little bit harder to gauge. I don't know if I'm going off the blue, that kind of that bronze color, or maybe even both. I mean, this one, if it was blue, I'd probably say it's off center. If it's the bronze, maybe it's okay, but, and we got a little bit of stuff on the top loader here, of course. And I can try to scope out the cards the best as I can, because I don't want to waste anybody's time if I notice there's obvious damage to them. But yeah, and if they don't come back, you know, as 10s or worthy of being graded, these are still going to be nice cards that hopefully only go up in value. Like guys like Tatum and stuff. You know, I've got stuff out right now with Clay that when it comes back, I'm going to be thankful that I sent it to him, because even if it doesn't get graded, it still went up in value while I was out with him. So, and then of course we got the big man here, Zion. Got the Mosaic Zion. Got a Ja Mosaic. And I honestly think this one is probably not going to get graded, just kind of based on where the logo here and that rookie card shield here just don't quite match up. The ball even kind of looks like it's a little bit off, but I figured why not? I really don't want to, you know, sell it or anything right now. The Mosaic, the base stuff kind of went back down in value with all the parallels and stuff being pulled in Genesis and everything. Everybody's chasing those. But so I figured if I can maybe get a 9 or a 10, it's only going to multiply it. If not, hopefully when it gets back, it goes back up in value. And this is the big one here, the Ja Prism base. Definitely, and I got one that's actually with PSA right now. I don't know if it's going to come back as a gem. Definitely hope so. No matter what happens with that, I'm probably going to hold on to it, and that's going to be like a real big investment for me. So, and then we got our color parallels here. Not a lot of them. I think maybe just a couple, 2 or 3, but I did have other ones I would like to send in, but like I said, I didn't want to go too wild. And there's some players that just aren't the biggest names just yet, or the value maybe just isn't quite there, even if they do get graded. So I figured I'd hold off just a little bit longer, maybe wait till the next submission and just kind of see how things are going once the season progresses and gets going. But we got the Orange Crusade, and I think this one, man, those letters, you can usually tell when these are off center because the lettering, they just line up horribly. This one looks pretty solid. I kind of look at the prism shield down there, the logo. I'm just, like I said, hoping for the best on a lot of these. If they don't get graded, it's okay. I don't have a lot of the Prism draft picks, but I figured this one was really cool, especially with Kobe White, probably my favorite player on the Bulls right now. And then we got a Green Emergent Zion, probably one of the better Zions I got right now, but any Zion's a good Zion. And then the last one we got, De'Aaron Fox. And this card is slowly going up in value too, so I was really excited. As you guys saw one of my previous mail days that I picked this up in one of those big lots, and this was probably the big hitter of the bunch. But so I really, you know, kind of cherry picked it out of the pile there and figured I really want to get this one sent in for grading and hope for the best. As always, hope for the best. But yeah, so like I said, if you guys haven't already done so, make sure to check out Clay Cards on Instagram. He also has a Facebook page that I think he encourages people to go to, because that's where the forum with all the information's at. It literally has his address, the information that he requests from you. So if you go onto his PSA group submission page on Facebook, you're literally going to have all of your questions answered, but you can still feel free to reach out. He's a busy guy, so he doesn't always answer immediately, but that form will answer most of your questions and then some. But yeah, definitely stay tuned, guys. Till the next video, I really appreciate you guys watching. Make sure to like, subscribe. We've got giveaways. We got lots of stuff to look forward to in the future. But till next time, take it easy.